Welcome to Saturdays with God with Ashlea Renee Spivey. This is a new year, a new thing, a new adventure. So we will be now having a video blog. So just in case you don't want to read anymore, that's fine. If you want to listen to it, you'll also hear it on the podcast. Let's get started. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope and the winter of despair. This is a quote from Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. This quote pretty much sums up 2020 for me. I mean, seriously, this has been the worst, best year of my life. Let's briefly rewind the year. I started off being pregnant. I was in complete shock because they told me that it would never happen. I was also filled with guilt and shame because I thought I would be married before I would bring life into the world. Then Kobe died, President Trump said something stupid, and the virus was on the rise in China. All the while, I'm trying to adjust to my new life. Ashley's having a baby? Say what now? What? Once the coronavirus set in and the world was on lockdown, every outbreak movie ever seemed to be coming to life, and I was left alone with my thoughts. Friends and family were simply afraid to come to see me out of their concern for bringing the virus to me or the baby. On top of all that, Breonna Taylor got murdered in her bedroom, George Floyd was murdered in front of a corner store, and there was an outcry in the streets all over the world because of police brutality. Black lives matter. Blue lives matter. People were waking up all over the world because of police brutality. Some were waking up, others were walking further into darkness. People were still and are still dying all over the country from the coronavirus. Karens and Kyles running amok, running rampant, and we got new allies all over the place, just popping up every day. I worked remotely every day, finding it difficult to contain the anger that previously had been dormant inside of me. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that thought or that feeling. Yet I still had a feeling of gratefulness because God had paused the entire world, not just me. For some, it was a time of struggle. For others, it was a time to get caught up. And even for others, it was a time to reconnect with their family. For some, their businesses died. For others, businesses took off and thrived in the midst of a pandemic. Best-Worst Year. For me, enlightenment came in the form of double-fisted slap. A double-fisted slap to the face. It was at this time, that I realized I was a control freak, a manipulator. I had lived out of fear, abandonment, and rejection for years. It caused me to have a tainted view of life. I didn't hear the truth. My hearing was tainted. I didn't see the truth. What I saw was tainted. And I saw things through and heard things through fear and hurt. Rose-colored glasses. I cried every single day, and eventually that led to a major breakdown. All the while, I was praying that my baby would not be me, that she would be better, that she would be happy, that she would be a whole baby. She and I continued to grow, and life as we know it continued to change. Here's the thing. I didn't have any of the normal pregnancy issues like nausea, vomiting, morning sickness. I didn't have any of that. It was beautiful. My blood pressure was super low instead of being super high. But in the words of every doctor that I saw, she was perfect. So I rode that to the bank. We continued to pray through the breakdowns, miscommunications, and all the chaos going on in the world. And in August, when I got induced, I was so scared. I had visions of not making it through the delivery, that I was going to die. But I wanted to believe that God wouldn't bring me all this way to let me die. So after only 3 hours of labor, 6 minutes, and 4 pushes, she arrived in all her perfectness. It was amazing. She is the best thing that could have ever happened in my life. Best, worst year. With the baby, postpartum, the election, and all other external stressors, the virus still rampant, people don't want to wear their mask. I stopped writing. The one thing that I was faithful with, that I was super proud of, and I stopped doing it. I didn't trust God as I once thought I did. The woman who I thought I was, I truly wasn't. Broken, hurt, unable to trust, abandoned, rejected, and feeling alone is how I ended 2020. But I thank God He doesn't give up on us. The first scripture of 2021 that came to me was Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Basically, I'm going to do the impossible. That's what God said to me. And that's what He's saying to us today. He's able and willing to do the impossible. So I dusted my feet off and my laptop off, and I began anew. I may not be where I think I need to be, but I am right where I should be. This year is the year of answers for me. God is going to show us the real, and I am here for it. So let's get started. No matter what happened last year, you can begin again. I tried fasting. You might try fasting. I tried to pray. I tried to do right, and it all went wrong. It's okay. Start over. Start anew. Each day, I will believe a little more. I will love a little more. I will have a little more faith. And I will heal a little more every single day. No matter how I feel, no matter what's going on in the world, I will believe on and wait for the new things that God is going to do in my life. And I'm so glad that you're going to be here for this journey. Have a blessed Saturday, and we'll see you next week.